All right, everybody. Let me get myself together here. Robert will be here soon, the Minister of Profit. He will be here in just a sec. Let me share a browser and we can look at some stuff. All right. It'll just take me a second here. I guess I can have fun. Where's my little banner? Yeah, bunk. There we go. All right. So we're getting it together here. We're going to look at the NASDAQ, how things are opening, what's going on. It's going to be fun. All right. And there we have it. There we have it. Robert, the Minister of Profit, literally the prophet of profits. An early evangelist of blockchain education and a personal mentor to the Dalai Lama. Here he is this morning. And we're looking at stuff. So we're started in time just before the market opens. Sorry, I was a little bit slow this morning.
No problem.
But here we are. Yeah, I realized that I really need to schedule these the night before because it takes forever to get things set up and running. Where if I have it scheduled, I can just hop on and say, get in, go live, whatever. But to do from the ground up, it's just it just drags a bit. So anyway, we're here. How's the universe looking this morning? How are the markets opening?
Well, the NASDAQ had a little reaction at 5:30. See that flash? So it kind of did a downside liquidation wick.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 645 to 575. So if you're in that on the upper end, you probably had a bit of trouble. Possibly even blew up your account for the day. So yeah, 5:30 Pacific time, 7:30 a.m. Central can be a pretty volatile time, depending on. I think today we had some Canadian farm news at that time, and it wasn't exactly bullish. It was slightly bearish, and that caused a flash like that. So I stay out of those things usually.
Wow.
And I'm glad I did. So.
Yeah, that is a wick that is
That's why they call it a wick, because it's wicked.
It's wicked. I know that. Whew, that's awful. That's definitely I don't know if it's planned or if it's all just by chance or on news. If it's algorithmic, it could be. There is so much algorithmic AI based trading at this point. So definitely news could just trigger the bots, trigger the systems, and
well, what actually happens is it starts as algorithmic, and then it triggers a chain reaction, which amplifies it. Stops get hit. It took out massive amounts of stop losses along the way, and that was basically the stop loss spread, as well as some panic selling along the way, dumping of long positions.
Yeah.
And that was the whole range of it. So we are getting a little bit of an early reaction. We'll just wait and see what happens. We have less than a minute to New York open. Yeah. To the bell. Ding ding.
And so we're getting ready to see. Yeah, is this going to be a Lambo morning? It's always hard to tell, but that initial reaction when market opens can be quite fun, but it just could be to the upside or the downside. But something usually happens, it seems. So let's see.
There we go. Now it's New York open.
There you go, New York open. It's challenging the previous high that it had. So it's above the I guess it's above the 5 and the 10 moving average on the 2-minute chart, above the 75. So it's trying to make a move this morning.
Yeah, a lot of the time they'll push the price down and then it'll go to a certain level, usually some type of support level, and then they'll push the price up. I believe yesterday about 15 to 20 minutes after New York open, they were done pushing the price down, and then the price went up and created almost like a V pattern, an upside down V.
Mm.
So it went up a lot over the next few hours, and then it just kind of went down really sharply. I mean, it took it all back, took all the gains back.
Mm.
I would go back and show you yesterday, but I'm too busy looking at this.
Yeah. So it looks like maybe we're going to see that push down this morning. I mean, we're looking at a really short time frame here, the 2 minute, but still, you can see the sell pressure coming in. It looks like definitely we are um, making it happen. So it looks like it's a battle right now, and that, well, 1 minute candle just closed with some wick above and below, and this is where it's nice to be patient. Sometimes when, market opens and it just takes off or it dumps, you kind of go, man, I wish I was in. But it's mornings like this where you feel better within that patience bubble.
Yeah, there's a comfort zone to trading, and then there's a risk zone. Feels much better to be in the comfort zone.
Yeah.
But we have now an upside.
Ooh. There we go. It definitely broke above, well, for the moment on the 2 minute candle, above the previous high that we had not too long ago. You know. Mm.
Pretty interesting.
Oh, what? Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I did mention that I would look into Bookmap and do a little presentation, but that will be the next show, actually. I did not get my act together and do that, but I definitely want to check out. I need to spend some time looking at Bookmap because it's just so interesting. I think it's so that so we'll start incorporating that as well. I just haven't dived into it as much as I really need to kind of present it as look at what this cool thing does.
Yeah, Bookmap is really interesting. It's kind of a deep dive into what's actually happening as far as order placing, orders sitting out there, depth of data, and so forth. And there's just a lot involved, a lot of things involved. So I'm going to definitely be going into that myself, and I want to learn it.
Yeah, I think an easy way to see the order books is definitely, useful, and it does give I like the bubbles. It definitely gives an easier way to see it, a quicker way to see it, because sometimes um, just looking at, I don't know, like the order book on one exchange is not, well, I don't know a lot, in crypto, just look at the order book, but it's moving quick and it can be a little hard to tell. You're looking at your spread, etc. I'm like, that's useful, certainly is, but I find in Top Step, just looking at like right there, you can set your size, and you can start seeing when the bigger orders come in and which way they're going, kind of gives you some insight. So it's always just being able to see more from that order book is and the little bubbles that it has, and I'm like, oh, this is really cool, you know. My oh my, there we go. We're looking at the 1 minute candle. It's looking pretty spiffy. It's looks like it is maybe going to make a move off previous support this morning, but the day is still young. We don't really know. But the volume's in, that's for sure.
Yeah, the volume is definitely in.
And
My
then
goodness, pumpy dumpy stuff. I mean, it's really just when you think the market's going to just launch, the bears come in with this big red candle. And these aren't just small candles either. This is like $30 from the top of that last green one to where it is now. So that's a big spread. What I want to see these tall candles chopping back and forth, and then a breakout above the last green candle. That was what happened yesterday that really set off the whole thing, the whole upside.
Yeah, and all the links, like a lot of things we're talking about, just Bitcoin Daily View, it's there, or I'll post it in a big comment, like the first comment, and pin it like afterwards. But we do have, over at just bitcoindailyview.com, you'll see links to, like, there's a template, there's the watch list that Robert's looking at right now. There's all the indicators. So pretty much what we're doing is there. You can get to it easy. And over at Top Step, when you set up your combine, uh, it's easy. It's a couple clicks of a button, but you have to sign digitally. You have to do a little bit of work just to join the exchange. Uh, just you'll need to scan a license or a passport or something like that. So it does have CYA, at least when I signed up. So when you sign
KYC?
up, yeah, it did, at least for me. So anyway, so when you sign up, just be ready to sit there for a few minutes. It was easy. I was through it, like no problem. But um, you know, you might not be able to do it, on your phone while you're waiting at the grocery in like the grocery store line. Might take a few more minutes than that.
I don't do anything on my phone like that. I reserve all the financial stuff for the computer.
I think that's probably wise. Yeah, our phones are, they're
Well, yeah, they're already compromised enough
oof.
without you having to use public Wi-Fi to do
Oh, I
your
know.
private business on. You know what I mean? And then
Oh,
you're on a
yeah.
phone, scaled down, kiddified mini version of the actual process when you're trying to do something on your phone, especially on an exchange.
Oh, I know.
I mean, these people that do trades on Binance on their phone, I just don't get that because
Yeah.
you're not seeing the full deal. I mean, the full screen.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I find that the phone is great, for many, many things, but yeah, I always tell people, like they're squinting, they're trying to see something, and I'm like, just use a computer. It's just use a real computer. Oh my gosh, yeah. You know, I know when people post charts that look good, but you can see their screenshots off an iPhone. I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, I guess you can get some visibility if you need to. It's nice to have that, but oh yeah, it's not a way I'd want to do business.
Now here we got some bullish activity. It's trying to break out above the last high.
Oh, there we go. It's working at it.
Dang.
Woo! Definitely is.
Goes.
It might be one of those Lambo mornings as it gets itself together here. We are still above 20,000, and we're at 20,678, 20,677. So, maybe looking at that, psychological barrier of 20,700, you know. The order sizes are slowly getting larger as the morning progresses, which they tend to. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, yeah. We're seeing 12s, 18, 9, 17. Oh, my goodness. So we're seeing some pretty good size longs. Looks like most of those are longs right now.
Yeah, a lot of longs. Now the shorts came in temporarily. A few. I'd like to see it go all the way back down and retest.
Yes.
Down in
Yeah.
here, and then if it starts showing green again, I'm getting in.
Mm-hmm.
I was tempted to get in down here, but I was looking at the angle of the tops. I was looking at the tops of the candle bodies thinking, this could be just chopping down to a slightly lower, level. Don't want to get underwater with 2 units. Just
No.
switch over and look at 30-second candles. Yeah. I think this is going to be an up day. I really do. This is trading view on 30-second candles. So we're well into the Trendillo green. The stochastic's kind of chopping around near the top of the range.
Mm. Then, I wonder how take a look here at Fin. I was like, I'll just put it in the chat. One of my favorite little sites is FinViz. And so looking at the Dow, NASDAQ, S&P 500, and the Russell 2000, they're all up this morning. So Dow is up 0.6, NASDAQ up 0.53, S&P up 0.4, Russell 2000 up 1.5. So definitely we're seeing an initial burst of
Yeah. Well, one thing they said early on as soon as Top Step opened, Top Step TV, they said that we're going to see some divergence between the ES, the YM, and NASDAQ. So will ES and YM go up? NASDAQ can maybe either go up a little or go sideways, chop sideways, possibly. So the ES is doing really good to the top side. YM is doing really well also, going up. Gold also going up. NVIDIA looks like it's gone bullish after just kind of going sideways for a bit. Apple going up.
Yeah.
Microsoft not really so much.
Looks like Windows crashed today.
Again, remember those blue screens of death? They used to call it blue screen of death. Windows 2000.
Mm-hmm.
You get that, you have to reboot. How annoying.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't do that anymore, but yeah, yeah, I'm altruistically right now talking to you on Linux. It's gotten to the point now where I still don't think it's for everybody, but if you're a computer person, I mean, it's Linux is pretty cool. There's some great distributions that make it, really, really easy. It just pretty much installs like Windows and you can just use it. And I could say, I guess it's more secure, but that ends up being quite the the debate whether it is or not, but yeah.
Well, if it runs a more secure version of Windows, then yeah, it probably is more secure.
It's more
Windows
secure.
is the weak link in the whole security issue.
Oh yeah, Windows is the well, I mean, not to sound conspiratorial or anything like that, but I would say that it's designed from the ground up to be a spyware platform.
Well, I mean, for every conspiracy theory, there are endless true conspiracies that are actually real. So that's not just an opinion.
Oh no, yeah, and we in our little world here, we need to find this thing, and we need some new nomenclature. We need to expand our vocabularies, especially around narratives. I was just thinking because we all know that the word, the term conspiracy theory, we all know who created that, and that it
the
was
Warren
meant.
Commission.
Yeah, it's got roots. You know what I mean? And so we know that, it's a derogatory term, but it certainly is reality. And so if we could re-engineer that socially, to a new term that we owned rather than one that we were branded with, that has a lot of baggage and mind control attached to it. It would be a better world. So yeah, I mean, I would just say, as a as a true conspiracy theory, like that platform, well, you're pretty much doing the intelligence agency's administrative assistant work and making sure they know everything you're doing. But it's the same with Android or iPhone, any commercial OS on a phone or a computer. And
Well, for anybody who's interested, if you want, there are steps that you can take. There's an instruction video, at least one, probably more by now, on YouTube that show you how to de-Google your phone.
Yeah.
Completely remove all traces of Google, Gmail. Of course, you can't sign into YouTube, which is okay. You can do that on your computer if you want. But it'll remove a lot of the tracing and tracking that's done by the CIA-owned or CIA-controlled Google.
Yeah. It's true. You can do a lot that way. You really can. Yeah.
So
Okay.
Sorry, we are seeing a little bit of temporary holding in this area. I'm a little bit concerned about this wick that appeared, but again, even the depth of this wick didn't yet penetrate the short-term low that was set just in the 30 45 minutes ago in pre-markets. So overall it looks like it's trying to just find some ground here to launch, but we'll see. It could go either way. It could break it. We could see a breakdown of this area because the bears are pushing really hard, because this is kind of an important area to lose. If they can push below it, they can clean up on their shorts. But if we can hold this area, we can use it as a consolidation / support area to go higher. And it's trying to hold that right now. So kind of a fight going on right now.
Well, there certainly is. I would say in the oh gosh, what are we going to see today? Well, it's nice. I got my Top Step, sign up with my combine, and I can just let people know that it's easy. Once you actually have it, just take a few minutes to get your self to do a little process, and then you really can trade right there in Top Step. And I love exchanges that are set up like that. It makes it so much easier to trade. You can use the traditional order book style with limit and everything like that, and I still do, but I love just being able to trade right there on the screen. It's the way to go. Crypto is really interesting this morning. Bitcoin is looking pretty good on the 4-hour chart. It's above the 200 moving average, breaking above the 314. Indicators looking good. I think Bitcoin might be seeing a little bit of a rally. And looking at like the top 100 alts, Pepe is up 22% this morning. So, and Floki is up like 14%. So it looks like we might be seeing a whatever you call it, like a dog token, like a game token run, starting with a Bitcoin that's looking somewhat like it found some support. Even Shiba Inu is up 6.2%. So, yep.
I stopped sharing so that if you want to show some of those charts,
let me actually do that. Yeah, while we're let me actually
then people can see what you're talking about.
It might be good because I oftentimes I am absolutely skillful in screwing that up. So I'm glad that somebody's here to remind me. Okay, so let me see. That's up, right? It's up. Okay, perfect. All right. So I thought I would just share that this morning. So since we're here waiting for NASDAQ to do something, I'm going to hop over here to, let's see, the chart. Yeah. So looking at Bitcoin here on the 4-hour chart, and I'll just use like the blockchain education kind of just standard things, the way we look at crypto quite often with that methodology. So the white is the 200 moving average and the green is the 314. So looking at Bitcoin versus USD on Coinbase, that's where I like to look at it. You can see I'm being very creative, taking a lot of creative liberty, but I kind of see an upwards channel that Bitcoin is in. It's above the 200 moving average. It's challenging the 314. We got a nice upwards channel going. The squeeze indicator is looking good. Directional index is all right. We have, volume isn't too bad. I could even look at it with the indicators that we're using here. I have that template. But you can look here at the 45-minute chart. Maybe we're going to roll over a little bit, but it's kind of indecisive. But definitely, I think we are seeing a bit of a upwards channel for Bitcoin. I think it's definitely like it's above the 314. Let's just say it's above the 200 on the 45-minute chart, which oftentimes to me, the longer it stays there, and it looks like it has some confidence that it's going to continue, that's when I think you'll see a lot of alt traders use that stability to hop in and do stuff. And like right now, I'm looking at I like this site here, live Bitcoin charts. It's a nice way to see things. The Bitcoin chart never loads anymore. I think it just got too busy. But you can see Bitcoin's price really easy, 63,845. And it kind of shows me the top 100 alts, and that's fun. So Pepe, and this is over the last 24 hours. So Pepe is up 22%. Doge is up 3.4. Shiba Inu is like 6%. Floki is 14%. I don't know what Popcat is. Never heard of it before, but it's up 12%. Mantra, don't know what it is. Ohm, it's a very cool ticker, OM, and it's called Mantra. It's up 17.9%. Dog Whiff Hat, WTF. Oh, no, it's WIF. That's up 21.
Whiff. Yeah, Whiff
Yeah,
is
Whiff.
a big swingy.
Yeah, Whiff is up.
Coin.
Yeah, it's up 21%. So definitely we're seeing some, we are seeing some beautiful dog coin action. And just like if I was to fire up, it's Whiff, WIF versus USDT, I guess you'd say. Oh, it's on Binance and KuCoin and Gate.io, MEXC. So it's probably on an exchange near you. Let me, one sec. There we go. It's on an exchange near you probably. So let's fire that up. Oh, my Lord. So this is definitely, I would say that's definitely running. Oh, my heavens. Oh, my goodness. So, well, yeah, Whiff. It's been on a bit of a downwards trend for a couple of days, a little while, ever since probably like the May 28th or so. It's been kind of cruising down, very, very choppy, but it's challenging that 4-hour 200 moving average, and the indicators look good. It's got to find it's going to battle with a previous high. It's got to get over. Boom, like right there. But anyway, crypto and the dog coins are certainly making a run. How about SHIB? Everybody loves SHIB. I like SHIB. USDT on. We'll just look at Binance. That's where the volume is. SHIB. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. 4-hour chart. Yeah, broke above that 200 moving average, hit the 314 like clockwork, got rejected, but you can zoom in on this one a little bit and you can see that where is it at? Yeah, I mean a little choppy, but this one is looking beautiful. I could do a little fib retracement here, and it's right there. It's really sticking to that fib sequence. So like, if I was a betting man, I might, could see it come down to the 382 or the .5 or even back down to the 618 golden pocket, or it could just keep running. These are the indicators are rolling over a little bit, but it's hard to tell. But definitely dog coins are where it's at this morning. One more. Floki versus USDT. How's that looking? That one was making a run. Oh my gosh. So anyway, maybe they're maxing out. You got to see like what direction these guys are going to go right now. But if Bitcoin can stay solid, maybe these dog coins, maybe it's a little late to get in those. But if Bitcoin stays solid, definitely this is a great time to start looking at some alts that are going to lose their damn minds. So we'll keep you updated.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I was reading something really interesting this morning about what will happen with SHIB if Sol hits a so-and-so's target of like $22,000 some dollars. SHIB could just be a moonshot,
Mm.
And I'm personally holding a lot of SHIB, so I was thinking this would be really nice if I ended up getting like 2,000% or whatever gains
Oh
on the
my
SHIB
God.
that I paid. About $600 worth of SHIB here 2 years ago, year and a half ago, something like that. So, of
And
course, I bought it too high.
yeah.
Now it's kind of a waiting game. So I was also just going to let you know that I took a quick scalp on NQ for about $270 to the upside. It was really quite quick. This trade lasted, let's see,
10 seconds.
no, 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Yeah, 20 seconds.
Oh.
So what I did was when it started breaking above the like
Oh,
20,600 area at 620, I just took a little scalp and right in there, maybe 615 to 620, something like that. Just a few
perfect.
bucks. That's enough.
Yeah.
Now it's dropping lower. I figured it was chopping in this area so it could consolidate, but now it's acting like it wants to maybe go lower and consolidate. I'm not sure.
And so SHIB's got something going on with Solana. Are they?
Yeah, the assumption that I got out of it without doing any real research is that SHIB is running on the Solana, but I'm going to have to check on that. I might be wrong, but there must be some correlation there. And the only correlation that I ever have known is between coins is that one is running on the other's blockchain.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm
Makes
going to have to
sense.
check on that. Probably
Yeah.
shouldn't assume anything when it comes to crypto. That's for sure. I know better.
Oh yeah. Well, one fun thing with SHIB that I do like is like right now. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the thing. Oh, here we go. This is interesting. I'd forgotten about this. This is an old one, an old chart daily on SHIB. And something I like about SHIB, just for people who have interest, is you can buy it with USD on Coinbase. So some people who are maybe not Binance's or MEXC or KuCoin, people who aren't really cryptoers. Everyone's got a Coinbase account. I mean, it's like the AOL of exchanges, so
Yeah.
you can always drop in there and you can buy some. Makes it really easy. But I look at this guy. I did a fib way back on like February, yes, February 25th or so, 2024. We saw this crazy run. It came down, gave most of that back down to the 618 kind of golden pocket there. It was making sort of a wedge pattern, broke out of that, but didn't quite keep the action going. This is a daily chart, but it has come all the way down to the 786, which definitely is a respectable place to bounce. If you can give all that back strong, looking at an old indicator, only old men like Robert and I know about it. The MACD, it definitely got way down below the heartbeat, and now it's trending up on the daily. That's a nice strong indicator, and it did get below the 786 fib, but it bounced off that 314 moving average. It's challenging the 200. Definitely, I think on the daily, what I want to do is just set an alert, and I think if SHIB actually made a 200 break on the daily, and looked like it was good, like it was going to keep support there, looking at shorter time frames. That would just be, wouldn't that be a grand trade? I'd have no problem with that. I love the nice long swing trades. What if that thing kind of made it back up to even the 236? That'd be like 80%. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna keep an eye on SHIB.
Yeah, there's one coin I want you to show for everybody, all the
Yeah,
10,000 viewers that are watching, is
yeah.
Myria or Myria, the one that Ulf posted, MYRIA versus Tether. Now, what he does is he posts a chart. It's on daily candles, and then he's got it compressed side to side. So there's a trend that started basically, like in April, and then it went way up. Basically, went like 5x, and then it came down and it's retesting an upper
Oh
channel
yeah.
floor. So that was like one of the last things posted in chat
Oh,
from the 15th. So if you want to show that one,
yeah. I could
uh,
go grab that. Yeah.
that
We are.
area looks to me like it's actually at a good place to buy.
Here we go. Boom. Oh, I see what he did here. Daily chart, right?
Yep.
Um,
He said he just doubled down, which it's
oh,
not financial advice or investment advice, of course, but I think, logically speaking, that it looks like it's in a good place.
yeah.
The
Look at
numbers speak for themselves as far as potential. So we're only looking back like a few months. The very beginning of this chart is like what, February of this year? So we're
yeah.
not
It would
looking
be.
at huge amounts of time. But yeah,
Yeah,
this is a radical coin.
that is
Big,
looking
big gain.
nice.
Yep, sure it is.
And so if I look at that, yeah, I kind of can see where he's. I think if I squeeze this, I could kind of see the same.
Since it's seems to
Oops.
be in the process of making a higher low, that increases the probability that it's going to make a higher high for those who are patient and are willing to wait a month or two or so, maybe 3, for it to make a higher high.
Yeah, and I see this. It's got the 786 fib level there is right. That'll be a little bit of a resistance. A little bit below it there would be, but yeah, I mean this is one to definitely keep an eye on. And I love the MACD for sure, especially on the daily. And that MACD is right down there where you want it to be, and it has this nice sharp tangent. It's
Yeah.
turning up towards the upside, and that's so. Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Well, maybe one of the things we'll do is like, well, we'll look at the Nasdaq and those, and if it's not like white knuckle, we can check out some crypto stuff too, because that's uh, we can cover it all. We are not we're off the leash here.
Yeah. And just an update, the NASDAQ is dumping.
Oh, go ahead and share your screen if you can. I'll
Sure,
I'll hop off.
absolutely.
You can see
All
that
right.
Nasdaq.
All right. Present. Share screen. Let's go back to it. All right. So we're looking at this basic chart here. I've got some lines drawn,
Whoa,
and it is dumping pretty hard.
man.
Um, the good thing about, the good news for people who like to go long is, like me, is that when you have a concisive downtrend like this, there's always going to be an uptrend. And that's at the other side of the rainbow. So
Mm-hmm.
it can't just keep dumping and dumping and dumping. So it has to have a relief. So the relief is where I trade or I
Yeah.
get in. I have to make sure it's actually the bottom and it's not going to go, another $50 or $100 lower, because it's actually lost
Woo.
since 10 minutes after New York open. It's gone from 684 to 520s. So it has lost $160 so far.
Wow.
That's a bunch.
Mm. Well, that's why we call him Death Cross Resurrection. Death Cross Resurrection Robert.
Yeah, that little death cross thing, that doesn't mean nothing.
No, but
That's
it's
on
it's
such short time frames. The death cross, or the, whatever they call it, it's
yeah.
basically on the daily candles only. And the 5, sorry, the 50 and the 200 are the key points where you have a golden cross or a death cross. 50 crossing up and over the 200 is supposed to be a golden cross, and the other way is a death cross. So
Yeah.
I just ignore those things. I should probably take them off the indicator,
But it's
but
fun. It's
fun to
it's
look
fun.
at.
It's fun to
Death
see
cross.
it.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're waiting for that resurrection here. And it's gonna be great. This is nice, and this is why it is good not to trade that market open the second that it opens, just hoping it goes the way that you expect it to, because give it a little time and you'll see some really sweet opportunities to get in. And if you sign up over at Top Step, you know, they're not paying us, by the way. Like we just use it, you know,
Yeah,
and
we keep
it.
saying we're going to have to get
Oh, I
commissioned
know.
links, that we
Mm-hmm.
can post. But to be honest with you, there's really only two companies out there that are any good. Top Step is one, Apex is the other, and I don't want to bag on another company, but unfortunately, I'm hearing a few negative things about Apex, like payout
Mm.
delays and who knows what else. But I haven't heard one negative thing at all ever about Top Step. They pay out
Mm.
on time. They have a huge following. Um, they even, you know, well, they just pay you. And when you
Yeah.
crash your combine, you don't get billed anymore. What's better than that?
Oh,
You got
it's
an
wonderful.
XFA, pay a one-time 149 fee. You got
Mm.
your XFA. It's still a simulated account. Your money actually isn't going into it in that from that exact account, but they copy trade the account using one of their live accounts, and that's how you get paid.
Mm. It's
So if you
wonderful.
make some money one day and then you decide you want to pay out, the money
Boom.
came from them copying your trade. So might
That's
as well be a
awesome.
live account, but it's not quite live yet. The last step is actually a live account, where you have a live account where the trades you go into actually influence the market because it's
Mm.
real money.
Mm.
So I'll be there soon. Um, I'm actually copy trading from my XFA to one of my combines. I have two combines. And that combine, the 100K combine, is almost halfway to passing. So
Mm.
soon it will be an XFA.
Yeah. So,
And
and
then,
when you get, yeah, and definitely when you sign up at Top Step Exceed, yeah, being able to trade right there on the exchange with the mouse, that is beautiful. You get your buy-in, you can set your limit, you know, all that stuff. And I guess I'm just a visual person, and I find that to be just nothing beats it. Nothing beats it. You know, especially when you're doing, I think this kind of trading when you're basically short trades. You're not going to be in very long. It
yeah,
makes it
short
just
term
more.
stuff, scalping,
Yeah.
take the money and run, basically.
Yep.
That's a good way to start. Um, if you can stay in a trade longer and you know that you're not trading an uptick in a downtrend or a relief in a downtrend, you can stay in the trade if you're actually in a directional um, bullish trend. Just stay in the
Mm-hmm.
trade and wait for the moving averages to cross back
Yep.
over bearish, and that's where you get out.
Yep. And
And
just,
couldn't be easier.
yeah, it couldn't be easier. And you can keep moving your stop up. I mean, your sell if you want, and
Yeah,
then that's like the golden spot to be. Once you've got that stop and profit, you know, life is beautiful.
yeah, just like the song
Yeah, it is.
"Around the World."
Well, it's just past 7. That's like my little magical hour where I got to make a run for it. If we want to do this again tomorrow, I could definitely I'll schedule it beforehand so I don't have to like sit here and try and get everything to work. Um, so we could do it tomorrow. We can do it Friday. You know, if you're not sure about tomorrow, just like let me know, and I will schedule it beforehand. Just so that it took me a while to get that. It takes longer than I would like to get it all set up, but that way I can get it set up better and have our descriptions and everything in there. So, um,
Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday. Why
mhm.
don't we do Why don't we do it tomorrow if you
Okay,
can?
I can do it tomorrow. I'll start at like I'll schedule it for like 6:15 then.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
and that way you'll have the invite and we can just hop on and get started. Yeah, that way because there won't be any delay. And yeah, maybe while we're waiting for NASDAQ to do things, we'll throw in some crypto charts because I'm excited to see maybe the crypto market's seeing a little bit of an uptrend. It just, you know, alts. if you have a positive Bitcoin above important moving averages, the longer it stays there, even if it's just ranging sideways, that's when alts just start to, that's, again, you get your golden opportunities. Like people who were in dog coins a few days ago are really feeling good right now. So,
Yep, that's right.
yeah. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Robert. I'll send out the invite.
All right. Thanks, Craig.
Take care. I'll talk to you soon.